Hearing will come to order. Good morning and welcome to today's hearing. Today is the 51st day of a national tragedy that is still unfolding in the Gulf of Mexico. The BP Deepwater Horizon oil well blowout and the catastrophic explosion took the lives of 11 men and resulted in an ongoing massive oil spill. It devastated commercial fisheries and it is threatening coastal wetlands throughout the region. According to estimates by the U.S. Geological Survey, the BP Deepwater Horizon spill is now 2 to 4 times the size of the 1989 Exxon Valdez spill. It is now the largest oil spill ever to originate in U.S. waters, and it is growing every day. A little over a year ago, I had the privilege of chairing a hearing entitled A New Direction for Federal Oil Spill Research and Development. That hearing was spurred by the Costco Busan spill in San Francisco Bay in 2007 and Ms. Woolsey's subsequent legislation. I want to thank Ms. Woolsey for her leadership on that legislation and for her continued dedication to this important issue. Like most Americans, I am deeply frustrated by this. We have a massive ongoing response effort with tens of thousands of people working in the Gulf to clean up this oil. Response workers are deploying boom, conducting in situ burns, skimming oil from the surface of the water, dispensing chemical dispersants, and picking up tar balls from beaches. Responders are working to protect the Gulf, its wetlands, beaches, fisheries, coral reefs, and industries, and they are working to protect their way of life. Unfortunately, the response tools need improving. We're using essentially the same tools in the Gulf as we were using in 1989 in Prince William Sound, Alaska. Those tools did not work particularly well even then. In Alaskan coastal zones that were fouled by the Exxon Valdez spill, science discovered oil that has scarcely changed 16 years later. Beaches still lose oil, and scientists expect that oil to remain perhaps even for centuries. It takes years to recover and clean up from oil spills. Exxon Valdez served as a catalyst for the passage of the Oil Pollution Act of 1990, also called OPA 90. This legislation expanded the federal government and industry's capacity for oil spill prevention, preparedness, and response. The goal of Title VII of OPA 90 was to coordinate federal research to encourage the development of new technologies to address oil spills. Despite the interagency's detailed research plan, there have been modest technological advances in oil spill cleanup since those laws were enacted. Today, we will hear from our expert panel of witnesses on how we can fill these gaps and move forward with an effective response to spills, and particularly preventing spills as well. We have two excellent panels of witnesses who will discuss what is needed for effective and coordinated oil spill response, as well as the research and technology needed for cleanup. I want to thank all of you for being here today. Because we have two panels, I will encourage my colleagues to be brief in their remarks, opening and then in the questioning. We'll hear in a moment from Mr. Hall, and then the chairman of the full committee, Mr. Gordon, wants to offer comment. With that, I recognize Mr. Hall for 5 minutes.